Hello everyone, and welcome back to All Things Space. The universe is just as weird as any of us. It's chock full of galaxies that have been dead for eons and fossilized in space. Dwarf planets that spin faster than any other in our universe, stars that defy the laws of physics, and more. Here are the 10 most unusual structures in the universe. But before we begin, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Number 10. The most bizarre star. When Louisiana State University astronomer Tabitha Boyajian and her colleagues first observed KIC 846285, they were perplexed. The object, dubbed Tabby Star, would dim in brightness at strange intervals and for odd amounts of time, sometimes by as much as 22%. Different explanations have been proposed, including the potential for an extraterrestrial megastructure, but most scientists currently think the star is being darkened by an anomalous ring of dust. Number 6. A galaxy without dark matter. Dark matter is a mysterious material that makes up 85% of all stuff in the cosmos. Researchers are certain of one thing, however. Dark matter exists everywhere. So team members were puzzled by a strange galaxy they discovered in March 2018 that seemed to be devoid of dark matter. Following research, it was discovered that the celestial anomaly did indeed contain dark matter, albeit the discovery ironically gave credibility to an opposing hypothesis, positing that dark matter does not exist at all. Astronomers, get your act together. Number 8. The Living Fossil Galaxy. DGSAT-1 is an ultra-diffuse galaxy, UDG, which means it is as large as the Milky Way, but has stars that are so thinly spaced that it's practically invisible. When scientists first discovered the ghostly DGSAT-1 in 2016, they noticed that it was sitting alone, unlike other UDGs, which are located in clusters. The faint object's features indicated that it originated during a totally different age in the cosmos, around 1 billion years after the Big Bang, making DGSAT-1 a living fossil. Everyone knows that space can warp by now. This was predicted by Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity in 1916. And it was subsequently confirmed when a star in Taurus near the obscured sun seemed slightly displaced, its light path to Earth affected by solar gravity. However, no one anticipated a practical use for this occurrence. Number 7. Einstein's Cross. Orest Chwolson, a Russian physicist, is credited with being the first to describe how the perfect alignment of a nearer heavy object and a distant bright one may generate a ring encircling the foreground entity by influencing the trajectories of passing photons in 1924. It would essentially operate as a lens, bending the light. Einstein famously mentioned this 12 years later, but predicted it would never be seen since the odds of a star exactly aligning with a background one were too remote. The next year, in 1937, great iconoclast Fritz Zwicky gave a far more upbeat assessment. He demonstrated theoretically that a galaxy cluster, which covers significantly more angular area in the sky than a single star, might act as a lens, focusing the light of a brilliant distant object into a ring, or, if the alignment was less perfect, a series of arcs or even many points. For the following 42 years, the situation remained unchanged. It was just a strange idea, like tuna fish combined with rainbow marshmallows. Number 6. A guiding neutrino. On its own, the solitary, high-energy neutrino that hit Earth on September 22, 2017, wasn't all that remarkable. At least once a month, physicists at the Ice Cube Neutrino Observatory in Antarctica encounter neutrinos with comparable energy levels. This one, however, was unique in that it was the first one to come with enough information about its origin that scientists could aim telescopes in the direction it originated from. They discovered that it was hurled at Earth 4 billion years ago by a flaring blazar, a supermassive black hole at the heart of a galaxy that had been devouring the material in its surroundings. Number 5. The Ribbon of IBEX. A spacecraft made one of the most surprising findings of 2009. The Interstellar Boundary Explorer, IBEX, of NASA, developed the first all-sky map of energetic neutral atoms beyond the solar system's frontier, only to discover that it was dominated by a weird, gigantic, arc-like pattern that was quickly called the ribbon. The steep curve in the ribbon is an artifact of making a flat map in the hemisphere sky, not a true curve. Satellites in orbit make beelines around the Earth, but their tracks appear as up and down sine waves on the huge screen at Mission Control. Similarly, IBEX's ribbon is only a slightly curved slice across the skies, accentuated by the way it's depicted. 6 possibilities were presented shortly after the finding. All of them included different close ties to our star, whereas a recent proposal presented a more spectacular explanation that completely overlooks the Sun. The solar wind is now frequently monitored by a fleet of spacecraft, notably the Solar Dynamics Observatory, which was launched in 2010. The IBEX spacecraft was created to investigate the still unknown heliopause, but no one anticipated the massive ribbon of fast-moving ENAs it discovered, 3 to 6 times denser than projected, and heading straight for us. Number 4. A fast-spinning dwarf planet. The dwarf planet Haumea, which orbits around Neptune in the Kuiper belt, is already peculiar. It has an odd elongated form, 2 moons, and a day that lasts barely 4 hours, making it the solar system's fastest spinning big object. However, in 2017, scientists saw Haumea passing in front of a star and detected incredibly thin rings encircling it, most likely the consequence of a collision in the ancient past. Number 3. Infrared streaming from outer space. Neutron stars are incredibly dense objects that emerge when an ordinary star dies. Normally, neutron stars generate radio waves or higher energy radiation like X-rays, but scientists discovered a lengthy stream of infrared light emanating from a neutron star 800 light-years distant from Earth in September 2018, which had never been seen before. The signal might be generated by a disk of dust encircling the neutron star, according to researchers, but the definitive answer has yet to be discovered. Number 2. Saturn's hexagon. The news statement from NASA on December 9, 2009 was a study in perplexity, one of the most strange things we've ever seen. A Cassini mission researcher said, "We've never seen anything like this on any other planet." NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory spectrometer team member, Kevin Baines, said of the optical and infrared imaging, "Saturn's thick atmosphere, which is dominated by circularly structured waves and convective cells, is arguably the last place you'd expect to find such a 6-sided geometric object, yet it exists." Following infrared observations, it was discovered that the whole structure, located at latitude 77 degrees, ignores tornado-level winds and continues to function as if it were constructed of stone. The hexagon spins every 10 hours and 39 minutes, which is the same spin period as Saturn's magnetic field, and is thought to correspond to the ringed world's internal revolution. The polar pole of Saturn contains comparable constant high-speed winds and even a hurricane-like storm, with eyewall clouds on occasion, but no geometric design. The hexagon sides are each 8,600 miles, 13,800 kilometers long, or nearly the breadth of the Earth. Unlike all other clouds in Saturn's atmosphere, the whole structure, which spans 15,000 miles, 24,000 kilometers, stays fixed in situ and does not fluctuate in longitude. Number 1. HOAG'S object. Astronomer Arthur HOAG discovered a small, weak, 16th magnitude ring encircling a ball-like nucleus in 1950 and concluded it was a planetary nebula, a close puff of gas ejected from a single old-age star. He also argued that this was an Einstein ring from a distant quasar, which was a considerably more speculative interpretation. The light from the quasar is warped into a halo in this scenario because of space warping generated by a huge foreground spherical galaxy that it seems to encircle. Later, spectroscopic research refuted this theory, since Golden Core Ball and the Blue Ring had the same redshift, suggesting a massive rushaway speed of 7,916 miles, 12,740 kilometers per second, proving they're both the same distance away from us. HOAG's object is 60 million light-years distant in the constellation Serpens Caput, the back half of Ophiuchus, the serpent-bearer's writhing serpent. Its inner yellow core is roughly the same size as our Milky Way's center, measuring 24,000 light-years wide. The outer ring of HOAG's object is comparable in size to our galaxy's diameter, with a width of 120,000 light-years. It's almost as if a wicked alien spacecraft sucked up the galaxy's middle regions, while obviously ignoring the galaxy's center and outermost portions. With that, we come to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. If you enjoyed the content, then do leave a like. So until next time, take care and goodbye.